Welcome to our video, The Truth About Our Travel Lifestyle. We did this video today for you to tell you more about the truth about us. We want to be super honest with you, tell you all our secrets, tell you more about our beliefs and our thinking and why we actually act the way we act and why we travel the way we travel. Because we think it's super easy to see photos and videos and say like, oh my god, they are so rich, or like people who post all the time pool pictures that you think all the time they have the best time of their life and they just chill out on the pool all day. Or we post a lot of hitchhiking photos, tell you we are sleeping on the floor somewhere, super adventurous. We just want to show you we are not broke. There are reasons why we do it, because we believe in specific things, and that's why we act the way we act. And we said it doesn't matter if we are millionaires or not, we would not change anything in our travel lifestyle. If we would win in the lottery or have like 50,000 every month, we would not change a thing. We would still hitchhike, we would still we would still do all the things we are doing, and we want to tell you why we do it. So also to open your eyes a little bit more and to be more aware of the things. Of course, we don't want to change your travel lifestyle, we just want to explain a little bit and give you more insights why we do this. And in this video we cover accommodation, transportation and food. The three things that cost the most money and where you can do while you decide how to do it, change a little bit and even a lot in different lives and also for you. So have fun watching it, guys, and let's start with that.
So at the beginning of our travelings we posted only good things, like only the good side of traveling, the natural things and everything, just positive things we posted. And at the beginning everyone thought like, oh, they must be rich, they are flying to that country, to this country, they do this trip, they do that trip, so they must stay in luxury hotels and stuff like that, which was not the truth. And we thought like, we don't want to put the image out there that is not us. So then we started to share everything, the good and the bad. So we started to show how we hitchhike, how we camp, how we sleep on the floor, on futons and everything like this. So the thoughts about the people, about us, changed, and they thought like, no, they are not rich, they are really poor, they don't have any money, they hitchhike, they sleep on the floor, they sleep on the road or something like that. And it's also not true. We never been rich, we never been poor, we are average like the most of you. And we just want to show the real travel lifestyle. We want to show that not everyone who posts pictures from a fancy pool or fancy hotel is rich, and not everyone that hitchhikes and camp is poor. It's just the way how they travel, and it's just the way what they show you, and we want to explain that more to you. Accommodations, why we stay in this places where we stay. First of all, I want to start with couch surfing. Why do we do couch surfing? Because then we see the pureness of the locals. We stay with locals, people who live there, who raised there, who were born there, and they will show us everything of their culture, how they grew up, where they grew up, and yeah, everything about these places where they attached to. And it's awesome because after this we get attached to this country as well. So we meet the pureness of the country by staying with locals. This was couch surfing. The next, we prefer to stay in small local hotels than in big ones, because this is more personal. You like, the mom will prepare the food, the dad will clean, and it's like more personal. They will know, you will get in contact to them way more. It's little cute, and yeah, we like this a lot, to meet the people, to stay with them, and also to support the local hospitality. And the last thing is camping. Why do we camp? Because we love the nature, we love to stay next to a waterfall, we love to stay next to the beach, and it's just awesome. If you're a natural person, you will know it for sure, how we love that. And sometimes we are adventurer, so sometimes life leads us, or our hitchhiking or anything what we do leads us to a certain point, like to a waterfall, and we forgot our camping gear. So what do? We just sleep on the floor because we enjoy it, to sleep under the stars. You see millions of stars, you see the waterfall or even the desert, you're there, and it's just great. We love it to stay in nature, we love it to stay with locals, we love it to stay in local hostels and hotels, because we love nature, love locals. That's why we stay in these accommodations where we stay.
Yes. Looks like sports material. This is honestly the most beautiful bathroom view ever. Feliz Día de Amor y la Amistad. Alicia saw our public travel that we are coming to Honduras and invited us to her home.
Hello.
Food we all eat every day, all day, right? So what do we eat, where do we eat, and why do we eat it? So we love really street food. That's when people just have a small hut, or sometimes it's a motorcycle, and they just prepare something at the street and you sit next to it, just on the street or next to whatever. Sometimes they have chairs and you just eat it. And there are so many people who say, oh my god, that's so dirty food, and how can you eat there? And you see how they cook and they touch everything, and how can you eat there? So to be honest, I want to say, if you're in a luxury restaurant, of course, maybe not in a 5-star restaurant, but if you're in a normal restaurant, it's the thing you don't see what's going on in the kitchen. And I don't think that it's so much better or so much worse. And here you just see exactly what they do, and it's just simple. I love the atmosphere. You just sit outside and you see directly what they do, how it smells. You can say, oh, I like this, I like that, or can you leave this out and replace it with that? And it's like super easy, and yeah, it's just awesome.
Yeah, you see the direct how they prepare the food in front of you, and most of the time it's everything local. It's people who own a farm and come to the street and then just chop it up. Maybe the pasta stuff, they buy it, but everything else is local from the farms. Chop it up, make it in front of you, and give you a dish that is local, the local taste and the local flavor.
Exactly. Also with markets, fruits, vegetable, we just love to grab it and say like, oh, is it from your farm? And everything is just around 50 kilometers or something. It's not imported or anything. It's just right there. We love to buy the apples, bananas right from them and just bite into it without washing it. And yeah, we just love that. And we love also to go into local small restaurants, those who don't look fancy, who have maybe 4 tables there and there's not even a menu card. You just come inside and say hey, and they're like, okay, today we have this soup, this spaghetti and this dish, nothing else. And if you want to drink, we have tea or coffee. There's nothing else. And we just love the simplicity. I don't know the English word. I just love that it's so simple, and you don't have to scroll there for hours and hours looking through 100 different rice dishes, and you just say, okay, I feel like this, so I take it. Or what is your favorite, what is typical for your kitchen, and then they just give it to you. And how Flash already said with accommodation, for us it's important to support the locals. Of course, other restaurants there are amazing too, but we love to know that they just live 3 streets next to it, or sometimes the restaurant is in their house or next to their house. And we just love the fact that they raised this business and they had this idea and they earn their money with that, and it's a good thing to support locals. And what else? What do we else eat? locals. If we stay with locals, if we do couch surfing, we just love to cook with the locals, because sometimes they say like, oh, you're from Germany and Russia and Kazakhstan, can you tell us your recipes, can you cook something for us? And we do this, and on the next day they are like, okay, this is for our this is our national food, and we prepare it like this, and then you cut with them and you know exactly what you put inside, and we always write down the recipes. And if we are somewhere else, we're like, oh, we've been to Asia, you know, and they cook this, and then they learn something from us, or we cook something for them and they say, oh, I really love this food, I need to show it to my mom, can you write it down? And it's just so much excitement and emotions, and it just, yeah, put also the friendships together more between the locals, to understand why do you eat this, how do you cook that, and it's just super fun. And sometimes people invite us to go to their grandmother, to their mom, and we just say all the time, who is cooking the best? It's the grandmother, it's the mom. In Mexico, it's the tia, it's always the aunt. So yeah, we just say, if we are at home, we love to eat from our mothers, we love to eat from our grandmothers, and if we go to other countries, this is the best food you can ever get. Authentic, real, local, and super, super delicious.
Yo nada inglés.
Buen provecho!
To eat at local places. Look at the delicious pupusas. How do you call that? Oh good, no, I'm good.
Back in my childhood. How does your tongue look like?
Ocean, it's all natural. We're gonna get eagle. Fuck yeah, fuck yeah.
That's okay? Is it? Here's the beans. Here we fry it. Cóctel de camarones, mariscada con crema y arroz con camarones. Base camp.
De carne normal.
Transportation. Why do we take these transports that we take? Why do we hitchhike? Why do we take local buses? Or why do we walk? Let's start with walking. If it's a distance from 2 to 4 kilometers, if it's within 1 hour, we most of the time walk, because with walking I see so many different things. I notice the little things that make an impact on me, that make me just smile, like little animals or something like that. And if I'm in the bus or in the transportation, I will just pass by and maybe don't notice it. So I love to walk. It's like one of my hobbies, and if it's within 1 hour of walking distance, we will walk for sure. So second, public transport. Why do we take the public transport instead of a private transport? First, it's cheaper, and second, which is even more important, we want to travel like a local, and the local never takes, or most of the local don't take, a private transport. So that's why we go with it. Like here in Central America, they call them chicken buses. So they put our clothes and everything on top. We sit in the car, in this school buses made up from the US. It's really cool. It's really experience. They sell even food in the bus, which is awesome. You don't have to get out of the bus. It's like a drive in, but they go in kind of thing. It's really cool. There's not the fastest transport, to be honest, but we have time, we love it, take public transportations. So next one is hitchhiking. Why do we hitchhike? There are different reasons for hitchhiking. Sometimes we want to take the bus, but the bus will take like an hour until he comes. So we just hold the thumb up and say, okay, we're gonna hitchhike, because this was actually faster in many cases. So sometimes we don't really plan to hitchhike, but then we just hitchhike because the bus takes too long to arrive at the bus station. So this was reason number one. Reason number two, why we like to hitchhike, is to meet people, because these people are totally different from that people who are already on couch surfing. We can say the people on couch surfing are open for the world, right? That's why they are on couch surfing. They want to meet travelers, they want to meet other locals, they are open for the world. I'm not saying that the people who who are on the road are not open, but they're a little bit more close. They maybe would not let you in their house, but they will let you in their car. And it's really great to improve your Spanish skills here in Central America, for example, or your English skills. We take it like English and Spanish lessons to talk with the people. We get so many informations out of them. We even become friends with them. Some of them invite us to their homes. And yeah, we get to know the people really, really good, and we ask them personal questions. They ask us, and it's just great to hitchhike. If you have the time, I would really recommend you try it even once in your lifetime. It's a great experience and it's worth it to do this. So this was hitchhiking, taking public transportation, and one of my favorite, walking.
When it's under 1 hour. It's not a favorite if you have to walk 100 kilometers, I think. Dog heaven. And she's just 1 month old.
Hurricane season.
My heart, with my heart. Rain season in El Salvador rocks. Station number 2, someone saw us hitchhiking and just gave us these chairs. I mean, how cool is that? I tell you, Mexico rocks! And just an overview, the way how we use transportation, accommodation and food is a really cheap way, but it's not just for saving money, it's also that we want to use the money just differently. So instead of having an accommodation for $200–300 per night, where I say, oh my god, maybe the view is amazing or the pool is amazing, it's super cozy, there are so many other places around that are similar and are not this fancy. Sometimes it's just the name even, or the place that everyone says, oh, you need to go there. And we say it's a bed, right? So of course you want to be in a nice place and sleep well, but at the end, if you travel all the time, you're always outside, and we mostly just use it as a bed, honestly. And we said, okay, instead of putting those $300 into a night for having all this luxury, we want to use the money for different things. So we use it more into adventure. We go water rafting, we fly helicopters, not we fly, but we are in a helicopter. We take a helicopter ride. We do bungee jumping, we do skydiving. We just did our dive license in Honduras. And these are the things we put our money in, because we always say, what at the end is what you really remember. Do you really remember the restaurant that you ate something that is big like this and you're still hungry and it costs like $50? Or do you remember how you jumped out of the airplane for the same money? So
with parachute.
With the parachute, yes. So this is just our point, that we said we want to put our money more into memories. If we are like 90, 80 or whatever, and still travel and sit in our really cozy chairs, yeah, like this, and talk about life. We want to talk about all those memories that we collected. We don't want to count down which places we went and which hotels we went and what kind of food we ate. We want to talk about the real stuff, about where our heart got attached, about all those memories, about all those feelings that we collected together. This is the goal of our life, and that's why we travel the way we do. This is the honest Ella and Flash travel lifestyle.